Beau frowned playfully. A fiancé. As long as you're not married, it's all good. By the way, is she prettier than my sisters? Dustin nodded. Indeed, she's quite the catch. Beau's face froze, and he was left momentarily speechless. Well, I see, he managed to respond, a bit taken aback. Yeah, never mind then. I won't push you into something you're not into. Guess we're just not a match, Beau said, with a tinge of disappointment, as if Dustin had missed an opportunity. Mr. Dawson, about the Jew balm, Dustin hesitated. Don't sweat it. Business is business, and personal stuff is, well, personal, Beau said, sounding self-assured. He then casually added, once you've got that Jew balm going, you can count on the Dawson family for some solid support. We'll make a great deal of money together. It's a no-brainer, right? Mr. Dawson, you've got a sharp mind. Here's to a thriving business, Dustin said, offering a smile and raising his cup. Cheers. Beau raised his cup and clinked it with Dustin's before downing it enthusiastically. Hey, Dustin, Beau whispered, a mischievous glint in his eye. Do you happen to have any other miracle potions in your arsenal? You know, something that can give a guy that extra edge, below the belt. Dustin raised an eyebrow catching Beau's drift. You mean, like an aphrodisiac? Sure, not so loud, Beau urged, placing a finger to his lips. You're right on the money. It's not like I need it, but who wouldn't want to be a little more robust, right? Dustin chuckled. I've got just the thing, but I didn't bring it with me today. Next time we meet, I'll hook you up. You'll be an absolute powerhouse. Awesome, buddy. Beau's eyes sparkled with anticipation. From today onwards, you're like a brother to me now. If you ever need help, don't hesitate to reach out. With Dustin's Jew balm being such a hit, his aphrodisiac shouldn't disappoint, right? He couldn't help but feel a little pumped just thinking about it. After reaching an agreement with Beau, Dustin immediately called Lana from the next room. The three of them had a detailed discussion and signed the relevant contracts. With that, the tripartite alliance was officially established. Over the next 2 days, Dustin juggled between teaching the pharmacists to make Jew balm and working on the reconstruction of Harmony healers. He was busy and in high spirits, running from one end to the other. Fortunately, Lana's assistance helped streamline the process. Then, things quickly fell into place. On the side of the Welsh and Swanson families, progress was even quicker. The production of Jew balm had already entered the sales phase. They even rebranded it as Rejuvenade. The name signified a miraculous recovery. Although Rejuvenade didn't meet the drug content standards, the power of their wealth made these concerns practically irrelevant. After a massive promotional campaign, the Welsh and Swanson families' Rejuvenade had gained significant recognition. Despite its high price, the response was excellent, especially due to its remarkable wound healing effects. It attracted numerous pharmaceutical distributors. It even piqued the interest of top military officials. A healing ointment like Rejuvenade that could quickly stop bleeding and aid in recovery was invaluable to soldiers frequently injured in action. As a result, various military departments took this matter seriously, and waves of people showed up to place orders. Within 2 days, the Welsh and Swanson families had already accepted a considerable number of orders. Business was more booming than ever. Medical experts were convinced that this groundbreaking Rejuvenade would become an unprecedented hit. It was noon in East City. Inside the office of the Dawson Medical Group, a poised and beautiful woman sat in her swivel chair. She was attentively listening to her secretary's report. Ms. Dawson, we've investigated thoroughly. It turns out the sudden appearance of Rejuvenade on the market is a joint product developed by the Swanson and Welsh families, the secretary reported. She added, its medicinal effects are miraculous and seem to surpass the Dawson's healing balm. Considering the current situation, our prospects don't look very promising, the secretary continued. She then placed the investigation materials on the desk. Greta Dawson was the eldest daughter of the Dawson family. She was also the chairwoman of the Dawson Medical Group. Furrowing her delicate eyebrows, she carefully examined the report. How could this happen? In just a few days, how could they possibly develop such a superior medicine? As someone who knew the Swanson and Welsh families well, Greta had been quietly monitoring their development. She even had informants within their organizations. Before Rejuvenade appeared, she hadn't heard any news or information about it. It was as if it had appeared out of thin air. This was incredibly strange. "Ms. Dawson, what do we do now?" the secretary asked. "Should we consider contacting the Swanson and Welsh families to explore the possibility of cooperation?" "It's not that simple," Greta replied, shaking her head. She continued, "They're obviously well prepared this time. If we seek cooperation, they'll likely take advantage and squeeze us. But if we don't cooperate, the Dawson Medical Group will suffer significant losses. Over time, our market share will be eroded, and our clients will be poached. It's a tricky situation." "Let me think." Greta began to ponder. She massaged her temples gently, deep in thought. The decision was tough. If she cooperated, the Welsh and Swanson families would surely make greedy demands. They would seize Dawson's market share and poach their business partners. On the flip side, non-cooperation would mean severe losses for Dawson Medical Group. Eventually, their market share and business partners would still be poached. It was truly a dilemma. At that moment, the phone on her desk started ringing. Greta picked it up and recognized the voice on the other end. "Ms. Dawson, Ms. Eleanor Welsh and Mr. Ezra Swanson are here to visit. Do you have a moment?" "Show them in," Greta replied. "Of course." The phone call ended, and a few moments later, the door to the office swung open. Ezra and Eleanor walked in together, both sporting smiles on their faces. "Ms. Dawson, we hope we're not disturbing you by coming unannounced," Ezra said with an air of politeness. Eleanor, on the other hand, went straight for the couch and took a seat. She exuded a leader's presence. "Mr. Swanson, Ms. Welsh, what brings you here today? Do you have any business with me?" Greta maintained her calm demeanor. "Business?" "Yes," Ezra responded with a not-so-subtle smile. "We wanted to discuss a business opportunity with you." "What kind of opportunity?" Greta asked, acting as if she was oblivious to their intent. "Ms. Dawson, have you heard about our recent product, Rejuvenade?" Ezra asked. "I've heard of it, yes. What's the matter?" Greta's expression remained composed. "Great, that makes things easier." Ezra smiled. "Then," he said, "Rejuvenade, our latest creation, is a miraculous healing balm. Once we launch it widely, it will dominate the market. It would surpass all other external injury treatments, including your Dawson's healing balm. Mr. Swanson, you seem overly confident, don't you think? Your Rejuvenade is impressive, but our Dawson's healing balm is no slouch either," Greta remarked. "It's not about overconfidence. It's about reality," Ezra replied with a meaningful smile. He added, "Ms. Dawson, you're a smart person. You should understand the difference between the two products. The trends are clear, and denying them won't change that. So, Mr. Swanson, what exactly are you here to discuss? Let's get straight to the point." Greta remained calm. "Absolutely." Ezra snapped his fingers and smiled. "Ms. Dawson, our Rejuvenade is set to dominate the entire market very soon. To ensure a smoother path to success, I hope we can collaborate with the Dawson Medical Group," he offered. "How would this collaboration work?" Greta asked with her fingers intertwined on the table, showing keen interest. "It's quite simple. Both of our families will handle the production. Meanwhile, the Dawson family will handle nationwide distribution through your sales channels. This way, Rejuvenade can quickly gain a substantial market share, and we can all profit handsomely," Ezra explained with a smile. "That sounds promising, but how would we split the profits?" Greta inquired. Rejuvenade was set to become a smashing hit. Partnering with the Welsh and Swanson families was the key to recouping their losses. Of course, she couldn't afford to wear her enthusiasm on her sleeve. Otherwise, they might just exploit that and offer an even smaller cut. "We discussed it internally and were planning to offer Dawson Medical Group Titish. Ezra was about to propose a 30% share and extended his 3 fingers. But then, Eleanor, seated on the couch, suddenly spoke up, "We'll give you 10% of the profits."